Welcome back for another video. In this one we'll be previewing Gameweek 32 with key information to arm you with heading into the game week, goal scorer and clean sheet probabilities, projected points, top transfers and more. If you're not in my SoRare league, you can play with the link below. It's free and you can win cards every week worth money. I had a great Gameweek 31 thanks to Captain Salah and won a limited Longstaff card which I'll sell for cash. On Monday, a Haaland card went for €165,000, which is actually crazy. Some people have more money than sense. This is how I'm lined up for next game week in the amateur and semi-pro leagues. You can play for free using the link at the top of the description below, which auto joins the Focal Mini League. If you're lucky, maybe you'll win one of those cards. So let's get into the video, and starting off with the goal scorer odds, which Salah leads this week, given a 52% chance of scoring any time. Expected to be comfortably the most captain player this week, with Haaland not having a game. Goal scorer odds assume that the player starts, which might not be the case for Darwin, who was second on the goal scorer odds. A very comfortable 6-1 win for Liverpool last time out against Leeds. You'd expect Klopp not to shake things up when it's working so well, which means we might see a front three of Gakpo, Jota and Salah again. This does present Gakpo and Jota as options, particularly on a free hit. Jota given a 39% chance of netting and Gakpo a 34% chance. However, it's worth mentioning that Jota is classed as a forward and Gakpo a midfielder, so you get an extra point per goal from Gakpo and a potential clean sheet point. It's very close, but my favourite between the two is Gakpo. Arsenal have a home game against Southampton and everyone's expecting a response from the Gunners after back-to-back draws, throwing a 2-0 lead in both games. In case it won't start this one, though he does make the odds, it should be an unchanged front three for Arsenal as well, with Martinelli, Jesus and Saka. Martinelli's given a 36.5% chance of scoring, and Saka given a 36% chance of scoring, so little between the both, and they're both good picks on a free hit. Even a triple up in attack with Jesus or Odegaard's great this week. For those on a free hit, Kane is a dilemma. On the one hand, Spurs look far from their best, and a 3-2 home defeat to Bournemouth last week was a massive shock, but on the other hand, he's still the second top scoring player in the game. Time and again this season he's found the back of the net even when Spurs weren't on their game. The other dilemma being, if you do get Kane, do you therefore swerve Trippier? Let's have a look at the clean sheet odds next to dissect that one. So Newcastle have been given a 43% chance against Tottenham. Only one clean sheet in their last 10 games, which is a startling drop off from that run of 8 games without conceding earlier in the campaign. I still have Trippier if I was on a free hit. He's top among all defenders for expected goal involvement this season. Even if they concede to Spurs, he has a chance of getting you something. He's on set pieces and corners, etc. If you really want to maximise potential upside this week, then you can swerve both Kane and Trippier, who do face one another, but you have to accept the risk of that call backfiring given their ownership. Arsenal lead the clean sheet odds this week with a 51.5% chance. In many ways this one's a dilemma as well. The clean sheet odds scream to grab one Arsenal defender or even Ramsdale, but digging deeper, the Arsenal defence has undeniably worsened since the restart, partly attributed to the injuries of the likes of Saliba. On top of that, the Arsenal mids have been firing all season, so you can easily make the case for skipping a defend and load up on 2 Arsenal mids and Jesus, or even 3 mids. Liverpool are second on the odds with a 49.5% chance. Trent's going to be a staple of every free hit team, so really it's just the third Liverpool spot to decide on. Most likely it'd be one of Robertson, Gakpo or Jota. Crystal Palace are joint third on the clean sheet odds this week with a 43% chance, home to Everton. Johnston will start in goal again. For only 4.4 mil, he's a good option for this week and beyond. Guehi and Mitchell too to consider in defence as well. If you need a super cheap goalkeeper or even a backup on the free hit, then Iverson's expected to continue in goal, only 3.8 mil and Leicester given a 34% chance of a clean sheet. Rock bottom this week's Nottingham Forest given a 7% chance at Anfield and Southampton an 8.5% chance at the Emirates. Moving on to the players projected to do best in Gameweek 32 courtesy of FPL review projections. Salah is top with 8.1 points, Saka 6.6 and Trent 6.3. So if you want to punt elsewhere for captaincy, then Saka and Trent are 2 standouts. Trent was so close to a monster haul last game week. Liverpool's only goal conceded came from a big mistake by Konate, which was an unfortunate way for him to lose the clean sheet. Had they not conceded, his 9-pointer would have been a 15-pointer instead. Solanke deserves a quick mention. He actually narrowly makes the projections ahead of Kane with 4.5 points, 5 goals and 9 assists this season, and last week put up his biggest game week score of the season with a 15-pointer against Spurs. Whether you're on a free hit or not, he's a very good pick this week and beyond, with some good fixtures for Bournemouth to come beyond Game Week 32, but no double game weeks. They're home to West Ham this week, who have to travel down to Bournemouth, but before that they play in the Europa League midweek, perhaps a bit leggy come Sunday's game. On to the top transfers this week, and the most transferred in player this week is Watkins by 278,000 managers. Another staple of all free hit drafts with one blank in his last 12 games. Eze is a fun punt to consider this week, particularly if you've got the chip active as well. 3 goals and an assist in his last 3. You'd expect Everton to give them a hard time on their fight for survival, but they face Palace off the back of a 3-1 home defeat to a Mitch Richarless Fulham. Martinelli's the most transferred in of the Arsenal mids by 118,000 managers, and he's my favourite of the 3. Over the last 6 games, Martinelli's racked up 3.63 expected goal involvement, Odegaard 3.13 and Saka 2.9. Saka actually ranks worst of the 3, and that's with his penalty XG included, which was missed last week. Southampton have conceded 50% more chances down their right flank over the last 6, Martinelli's side, so you definitely want him on a free hit, and you could make the case for going Odegaard over Saka as well. Alex Moreno's a differential to consider, 4.5 mil and only 2.3% owned, a clean sheet and an assist in his last match for a 10-pointer. Over the last 6 games played, he's racked up 1.8 expected goal involvement, and his 23 touches in the box can only be beaten by Perisic among all defenders. Taking up really good areas and very attacking, 83,000 have picked him up this week. 80,000 transfers in for Grealish this week, no words. A quick look at the most sold players this week, and it's Rashford top with over 400,000 sales. This one makes a lot of sense on a free hit, but tread carefully if you're not on a free hit. Based on Ten Hag's comments, he could make the Sevilla game ahead of blank Gameweek 32, but if he misses out, you expect there to be a chance he makes Gameweek 33, or failing that double Gameweek 34 when you want him regardless. Keep hold if you can. Transfer activity does factor in chips active, so Haaland comes in second with 156,000 sales. He'll be the make way for the free hits in favour of the likes of Jesus and Watkins. 122,000 sales for Tony surprised him. If you missed this week's free hit video, we actually had him in the front 3. That video will be on screen at the end if you've not seen the team. At the end of the day, although it's Aston Villa he's up against, they're playing at home and he has 22 goal contributions this season. In my eyes, he's absolutely fine for this week. He is on borrowed time for many of us, given that he's 1 yellow card away from 2-match suspension and there is the potential ban from the FA, but that's a situation that can be reacted to. Kane and Saka are among the most sold, which is surprising as well. A few names here could backfire, but it's largely those with a blank game week listed. So finishing up with the captain poll results, thanks to everyone who voted on the poll on Discord. If you'd like to join, there's over 10,000 members, a link's in the description. So to the surprise of no one, it is Salah top, 75% of your vote. Saka comes in second with 6.1% and Martinelli 4.1%. 3.5% are on Trent and a few votes for Odegaard. A surprisingly big 9.6% are on a player not listed. Let us know in the comments who your captain is and what your plans are for this week. I'll read all your comments. More FPL content to come this week, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and see you soon for the next one.